What and when is Armageddon? I tell you, my friends, do not be afraid of those who kill the body and after that have nothing more they can do. But I will warn you whom you should fear. Fear the one who after killing has the authority to throw you into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. Fear God more than a nuclear war. Nation will rise against nation, and there will be famines and earthquakes, and all these things are just the beginning of birth pains. Make sure that you are not alarmed, for this must happen, but the end is still to come. Jesus is the only answer. Then the winepress was stomped and blood poured out up to the height of horses' bridles for a distance of almost 200 miles. Biblical Armageddon is not a war of nations and is not the end of the world. Only Jesus will stop war and bring peace. Armageddon is all the nations versus Jesus and his holy ones. Then the sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates and dried up its water to prepare the way for the kings from the east. The spirits of the demons performing signs go out to the kings of the earth to bring them together for the battle that will take place on the great day of God, the all-powerful. The spirits gathered the kings and their armies to the place that is called Armageddon. Then I saw heaven opened, and here came a white horse. The one riding it was called Faithful and True, and with justice he judges and goes to war. His eyes are like a fiery flame, and there are many diadem crowns on his head. He has a name written that no one knows except himself. He is dressed in clothing dipped in blood, and he is called the Word of God. The armies that are in heaven, dressed in clean white fine linen, were following him on white horses. From his mouth extends a sharp sword, so that with it he can strike the nations. He will rule them with an iron rod, and he stomps the winepress of the furious wrath of God, the all-powerful. He has a name written on his clothing and on his thigh, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Then I saw one angel standing in the sun, and he shouted in a loud voice to all the birds flying high in the sky, "Come, gather around for the great banquet of God, to eat your fill of the flesh of kings and the flesh of generals, the flesh of powerful people, the flesh of horses and those who ride them, and the flesh of all people, both free and slave and small and great." Then I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies assembled to do battle with the one who rode the horse and with his army. Now the beast was seized, and along with him the false prophet who had performed the signs on his behalf, signs by which he deceived those who had received the mark of the beast and those who had worshipped his image. Both of them were thrown alive into the lake of fire, burning with sulfur. The others were killed by the sword that extended from the mouth of the one who rode the horse, and all the birds gorged themselves with their flesh. Armageddon is the final battle between the Antichrist with all the nations of the world against Jesus when he returns to the earth. It is not the end of the world, just the end of mankind's rule. It will bring about the beginning of God's kingdom rule over all the earth.